What would your hot dog voice sound like?
If I was a hot dog, I'd sound like this, I believe. I'm Sure Man Cool. This is the Dirty Tooth, and you're watching Mustache Ride. Woo! Yeah! Episode 53 coming at you right now, tonight, Saturday night. Couldn't be happier. Tooth, how are you, man?
I forgot my line.
Line. We need line.
Lines. I'm doing good tonight.
Oh, that was
Thanks.
the wrong line.
Oh, yikes.
That's okay. We'll roll with it.
Okay.
We improv here.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah. I'm looking at a different line person. Maybe this is your line next.
Oh, I'm doing great. No, wait.
I don't know.
Welcome in, everybody. This is episode 53 of Mustache Ride podcast. It's going to be a fun one. We have some stuff planned, some stuff not planned, some secret stuff, some stuff we're not allowed to talk about, some stuff we haven't told each other. And I didn't realize we were keeping secrets, Tooth. I thought we were friends who could tell each other things.
Nope.
But apparently I look in the doc and I'm like, Tooth brings up random things he's thinking about with no bullet points. No, nothing. You're just keeping secrets from me, and I have to wait to find out.
Yep.
And I don't appreciate it.
I gotta lock it all up, because what if you have like lines written out about this cool thing, and you've scripted the whole thing, and I wasn't prepared, and I didn't know, and so if I can't be prepared, you can't be prepared, and that's how I feel about it.
Fair enough, I suppose. That's why I Uno reversed you, and I put my own SMC asked questions he's been thinking about. So you got it coming, Buster.
Guess what I got?
You got a LaCroix. Oh, the Jelly Belly sparkling water. You got the orange sherbet?
Yeah, it's the only one they had.
Sounds good. I don't know if I've had that one.
It's pretty good. It's not the one I wanted, but I found it today, so I got it.
Live taste test.
It's good.
Out of 10. Hit me.
Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 7, because I looked at the box and it's not the flavor that I wanted, so I was disappointed because I would rather have that flavor. And then I started thinking about it and I was like, it kind of tastes like when your breath tastes like orange sherbet, and then that kind of grossed me out, and so it lowered my thing. But if I forget about all of that, it's a 9. Pretty solid, refreshing. It's got a good taste. It's okay. I feel like it's probably not a summer sparkling water, but it's like
more like a Midsummer's Night's Dream.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Midsummer's Night orange cream
kind
of thing.
What's
as you guys know, look, Mustache Ride is a big deal. You know what I mean?
Huge.
You're watching it right now. You know.
Yeah.
But the world doesn't know yet. And there's only so many ways of getting the word out about Mustache Ride. And what we've decided is to hire the best game developers that have ever been created ever in the history of forever, to make us our very own Mustache Ride video game, Mustache Ride 64, name pending. And we have a lot of the elements of the game already. We've been doing this for quite a few episodes now. So far we have the genre. It's going to be an MMORPG. It's going to take place inside of a world giant. We'll be little people in a world giant.
Pretty sick.
It'll have cell shading art, a cell shading art style, cell shaded art style. It'll be from a top-down isometric camera view. And it'll have a mix of Diablo and space banjo vibe music, which is kind of exciting.
That is exciting.
And we also have some characters that we're gonna add into the game. We brought some last episode. Sure Man Cool and the Dirty Tooth as characters, of course.
Awesome.
We have Reggie the talking dog as a potential companion. We have Sarah Mistwalker, tutorial-ish potential companion, NPC kind of person.
Yeah.
We have Kangaroo, the parasitic fish boss.
Gross.
Really gross.
Really gross.
And then we have Dracoth, the Forsaken, a big shadowy baddie.
Pretty cool. I'm thinking like
cool.
Sierra is like that kind of person that like follows you around and like sort of gives you Like think like the owl in Zelda, like in the early Zelda games, or like it's just that NPC that's always there. And it's like, have you thought about doing this today? But of course, voiced by, not me.
Right.
Yeah.
And we went through all that last episode. If you want more
did.
details about each character, check out last episode. But this episode, what we're going to be discussing is the main goal or objective of the game. So we know it's an MMORPG and where we are, what it's going to look like, but what are we as characters going to be doing? And so Tooth, this is another secret he kept from me, not writing it in the doc, keeping it to himself. So I'm going to have him go first and tell me what his idea for the main goal or objective for Mustache Quest 64 name pending will be.
I was really thinking that you would go first, and then like I would hear yours, and then I would be able to like just vibe off of that. And no.
Oh, are you saying you've been caught off guard, perhaps?
No, I'd never be caught off guard. I have it in my mind palace.
Okay.
That I keep locked up. All right, so we're laying it out here. You're inside of the world giant. You begin the game. You've picked, you have Reggie, your talking dog, maybe you bought the deluxe version. You have him already. Sierra's kind of telling you what to do, and you're working your way through the game. You're fighting, Kangaroo. That was crazy. You get to Dracoth, maybe. But the objective of the game is to collect all of the ancient tomes. These ancient tomes reactivate the world giant, which then saves you and the world from being destroyed, because of the world outside of the world giant's actively being destroyed by a force that you don't know yet, because we can't tell you that. That's a secret of the game.
Okay, I just typed as much of that as I could into the doc because we need that for reference. But
I'll type it.
So collecting all the ancient tomes to reactivate the world giant and save the world from being destroyed.
Yeah, because he's docile right now. He's not moving. You don't know why, and it's because you have to find all the ancient tomes. Spoilers.
Wow. Okay, you got to power up his joints. Maybe one tome for each joint and parts of his world giant body.
Maybe not too many spoilers, but yeah.
Okay. I dig it.
Okay.
I like the idea of you gotta bring the world giant back to life from like a dormant state. I like that.
Yeah, it's like sleeping. He's been out and the world's been being destroyed. He was the only savior. And now he's asleep,
Okay. Well, that could be one of the possibilities of the main goal or objective for our game.
It could
be.
The
other one is going to be the main goal, very basic, very simple, save the world giant. So right now, the reason that we entered into the world giant, why we're there in the first place, is because he's dying. And the world needs the world giant to keep the peace, or maybe to hold El Nino back from taking over, the tides taking, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But the world is in chaos. The world giant is on the verge of death. And we have to go in, we have to save the world giant by taking out the BBV, the big bad virus within him. And once we take out the BBV, he'll be safe, and we have to successfully extract from the world giant in a healthy way that won't kill him.
Did he get the virus from Kangaroo's little swimmies?
That could be part of it. Be part of it. Is that way that, your urethral direction of leaving the body, will that be blocked? Who knows? Who's to say?
Interesting.
Because of Kangaroo, or perhaps taking out Kangaroo will clear that up. Who knows?
It's giving Magic School Bus. Like, did you ever watch Magic School Bus with Miss Frizzle and where they shrink down and they go through the urethra? And did you see that episode?
I'm thinking more of an Osmosis Jones kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking we'd make the world giant sneeze.
Oh yeah,
he sneezes
us out. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, so maybe not the pee hole episode.
Maybe
of Magic School Bus. If you didn't see that one,
I guess I didn't. It's not ringing a bell, but I don't remember a lot of those episodes because it was like 20 years ago, probably.
I'm pretty confident that one happened. That one definitely seems like seems like an episode that happened.
I think if they didn't, if Magic School Bus didn't have a shrink down go into a human body episode, then they missed some low hanging fruit.
I'm thinking specifically the one where they fly in through the urethra.
The dick hole.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
That was definitely an episode.
Wow.
I think.
Interesting. They strapped a GoPro onto a parasitic catfish from the Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they just IRL footage.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't remember that one. It's crazy.
That's crazy. It was a monumental moment in
your childhood,
my
technology,
childhood,
your childhood, everything.
We all grew that day.
We did.
Anyway, that's it. Those are the main objectives. We'll post those in a poll on Twitter, and we'll get some ideas from you guys. Maybe if there's a main objective that we didn't talk about that you want to see us do in the game. Maybe you have ideas for side quests or things like that. Message us on Twitter. Or reply to the poll. Hit us up on mustacheridepod@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter anyway, or in our Discord. All those links down in the description below. Or, of course, you can join the Patreon and get top priority access to contact us and give us suggestions and things like that, as well as looking at some exclusive content. Content we put on Patreon typically will be a week from being public. So you can get access to all our content a week early. Some stuff stays on Patreon and doesn't go public. Some stuff will be public anyway eventually. So if you don't want to support us on Patreon, that's just fine. Keep it locked on the YouTube. Make sure to subscribe.
Do it anyway. Spend your money. Give me your money.
I would tell him to stop, ladies and gentlemen, but I just can't bring myself to do it. He's got a point. He's got a point, ladies and gentlemen.
I do have a point. And I want to make another point of making sure that you guys join the Discord. If you're watching right now on Twitch, you can do that by finding that link. It's probably in the same link as your favorite streamer's Discord link in their Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in there too. And then the Patreon that SMC was talking about is also linked in there. You should click on that and then click on our YouTube link, because that's where you'll find all of our shorts that we make. And those shorts are banging. And if you give us your money, we'll pay the editor, and those shorts will be even better. I guarantee it. For sure, 100%. And we do have new videos coming to Patreon and eventually to YouTube. They're like scheduled right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be dropping on Patreon tonight, and then they're scheduled. They'll be coming out in a week publicly on YouTube. So make sure that notification bell is rung or ready to be rung. I guess you don't click. Do you ring it when you click it, or does it ring when you get the notification? I guess it would ring after, but then if you click it, it probably rings also because it's a bell. And
I have my phone set on silent. It doesn't ring.
Have you ever? When was the last time you took your phone off silent?
I don't know, like 3 years ago, maybe.
Can we bring back custom ringtones, please?
You can have custom ringtones.
Yeah, but they're not the thing. Like 15 years ago, it was like you were the cool guy.
Where you text 5570 to get Lil Wayne's new song as your ringtone, and you pay 99 cents. That ever happened?
I never paid for it. I always found a way to not pay for it.
Dang, you didn't do the cool thing then. The cool thing was you text this, and then it charges your phone bill, and then your parents get mad at you, and then you're grounded.
It's never cool to spend money when you don't have to.
True. That is true. I got in trouble. I got in trouble twice for spending money accidentally. One was with the ringtones, and the other one was not so accidentally, but I bought all the map packs for Halo 2 when they dropped.
Nice. Oops, sorry. It's done now, though.
It's done. Oh. Yeah, my dog's afraid of the ringtones on the phone, so I turn it off. But
yeah, never heard of that.
It's weird. I don't know anything about that.
I always remember like texting my buddy to like in the middle of class call me because I had some funny ringtone like Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. And I would just be, sit middle of a test or something. I'd be like, hey, yo, call me real quick. I'm not going to answer. Just call me. and they call me and my ringtone goes off. Dead silence, broken. Rick Astley.
And you go to the principal's office.
Nope.
No.
It's because it's an accident. It's not on purpose.
The teacher respects the Rickroll.
No, the teacher says, shut that off or silence your phone or, and I'm like, I'm like, oh, sorry. And I take like 15 seconds to pull it out of my pocket. I'm like, oh, it's stuck. I'm sorry. Finally pull it out. Just linger a couple seconds, then turn it off, then shut it off. My bad.
I can't believe they didn't even play into the Rickroll. Like everybody should get 3 extra points on their test for the teacher getting Rickrolled.
Yes, and everybody should also stand on their desk and dance.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's right. You know what else is cool?
What's cool?
You.
Oh, man.
You're a cool guy, man, and everyone wants to know what you've been up to.
That's so nice of you and everybody else for caring. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I beat God of War Ragnarok.
We can talk about it. Oh,
Yeah.
Scrap everything on the dock. We got to talk about God of War. Full spoilers, bro.
Full spoilers. That game,
I was there.
Oh my God, dude. Freaking Odin, bro. What a piece of shit.
You didn't expect
Honestly,
that.
I did not
from
expect
Tyr.
that. I did not expect that at all. And after it happened and we were talking about these little subtle things, I was like, I should have known.
How did I not know?
All along.
Yeah.
Like, why was Odin so chill the whole time that Atreus was there? I'm like, bro, no, chill.
Because he knows the whole plan. He knows the whole plan.
All along. I will say, I am like a little bit like interested in what would have been there had Atreus tried the mask on,
Right.
and looked into the thing. But it was satisfying when Sindri came in and just like smashed Odin's soul apart.
Yes.
And there's so much other stuff that like you have just no idea about, like Atreus making the world serpent accidentally. Like that's like a thing that happened because it's somebody was telling me about it. Like he goes into that thing with the giant and he like puts that soul inside of the snake. The snake then continues to grow. The world serpent is then that snake from that scene because of some weird like time continuum
timey-wimey thing.
I haven't looked at that and looked
I'll have
at the
to look
story
into
of
that myself.
But dude, it was crazy. And then Brock dying. God, Brock was my favorite one compared to Sindri, honestly, and that was sad.
And he was in Tyr's face about like in that moment.
Yeah.
He was like pressing Tyr, and Odin was just like, the jig is up. The jig is up.
I can't do it anymore. I
couldn't believe that. One thing, probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole game, which there's a lot of really great scenes, but the moment Birgir jumps off and like takes out 2 of the dragons in one fell swoop.
Oh yeah.
That was huge. And he falls all the way down and you think everyone thinks he's dead.
It just doesn't.
And then he shows back up later. It's so sick.
It didn't seem necessary to do it. And then you're like, why did you do? What'd you do that for? And then when he does,
it was
show back up,
totally
it's crazy.
Necessary. He got a 2-for-1, two birds, one stone.
I just can't believe that. Like all of those crazy warriors in there, and we couldn't deal with it. Like we needed him to jump off and take. Anyway, that was pretty epic. Everything about it was like just insane. The Odin fight was pretty crazy. I would say it was not as hype killing Odin as it was to kill Heimdall.
Sure.
Just because you get to literally like smash Heimdall's head. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
And Odin's was like a little bit like not as cool because Atreus does crazy giant magic and sucks his soul out, which is pretty metal. To suck
that is metal,
but it's just not as satisfying.
I remember thinking in that moment, like you're just gonna keep his soul in that orb. You're just gonna keep that. I remember thinking like that is bad news.
Yeah.
That don't keep him around. And then Sindri shows up and smashes it. So perfect. It's exactly what I wanted to happen.
But the other epic moment that could have happened is Atreus has it, and then Oh, I'm like blanking on her name. Why am I doing? I can't. The the woman,
The girl. Which one?
the with the bow and arrow and the Odin's old wife. What's her name? Why can't I think of
Odin's
this?
old.
Freya.
Freya.
So Freya.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't think of that. Jeez, it was my brain. The other epic moment, Freya like kicks the ball with Odin's soul out of Atreus's hand after he does it, and then this like slow-mo cutscene happens where she's just like pulls her bow back and just like pierces the thing, and then this like big crazy explosion or something happens. Like that would have been pretty epic if that
would have been cool.
An alt ending, maybe.
I think at that point, Sindri was the one that needed to get that final blow.
Yeah,
after everything,
I was thinking that maybe Sindri would like come back around in the end, but he just like plop. Like I want to keep playing the game to see if there's anything that happens that brings Sindri back, but I don't know. Like I feel like there's a lot of untold things, and I feel like the next if there is a next game, it's not going to be this storyline.
Yeah,
the storyline's going to be over, which is kind of a bummer. Like I feel like I want more of this storyline too, or like another DLC.
Yeah, I want to know more about Brock and Sindri and like where they come from and how their magic works and stuff. Because I think it's supposed to be quite a mystery. It's supposed to be pretty ambiguous. But I'd like to know more, just more specifically, because they're interesting. But I guess with Sindri the way he is now, and like I don't see why he would ever help anyone ever again.
No,
you know,
so I don't know either. But
this could be the whole podcast, so we could stick on this.
Anyway,
but we should move on.
Yeah, God of War is crazy. Though. It was so good. So that does mean I am starting a new story game, Evil Within 2. This was requested by somebody in my chat, and that's how it works. Like I have this recurring thing that happens, and a new game gets picked all the time, and I never run out of them. It's this really cool cycle. I never have to think about anything. But Evil Within 2 starts this week on Tuesday. That's exciting. Minecraft. I've been playing some modded Minecraft with some friends, and it's so complex.
Yeah.
Minecraft alone, like, might not seem very complex. It kind of is still, but when you mod it, dude, everything changes. Like I was showing you that boss earlier that like is from a Britannia mod, and it's wild. Like there's just so much to it. It's like there's new armor, there's new things that you can do. Like, Minecraft is just kind of crazy.
Just like a whole new game.
It's almost a whole new game, yeah. And I think if you're bored with it, I think you're thinking about it the wrong way. Like I don't feel like you could ever get bored of Minecraft, but maybe you can. I don't know. And then I've released 4 videos since our last episode on YouTube. Creators Create episode 3 and 4. One is about choosing your game for stream as a variety content creator. The 4th one is about editing and video creation, which is an interview style with our editor-in-chief, Rep Zombie. So pretty cool. That one just released yesterday. And then I also started a new series, which is completing the Cursed Pokedex. It's a speed drawing challenge where I'm drawing every Pokemon in Gen 1, so all 151 Pokemon. And I'm through 2 of them right now, which is pretty cool. And I'm not going to tell you which ones. So you got to go to the video and watch it to do it. And like it.
Go check it out.
And subscribe and click the bell. However the bell rings for you. I don't know. But it would be appreciated. And what do you do? Do you do things also?
Nope. Moving on.
Okay, cool.
Just kidding. I beat Balatro. Congratulations on getting the videos out, by the way.
Thanks.
Congratulations. I know it's like kind of a big deal to get anything out ever. And so
I'm just doing it. I'm just going for it. I'm just releasing.
Hell yeah.
Full swing.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I beat Balatro the other night.
Balatro.
And I had a really good run. I had the God run. Yeah, Balatro, it's like poker, like 5-card poker.
It's like roguelike poker.
It's like 5-card poker if you'd let me finish. mixed with Slay the Spire. So yeah, kind of like a roguelike poker. That's it. That's basically what it is. But it's not simple, but it is. There's no tutorial in the game in Balatro, and so it's like kind of confusing at first. But then yeah, you play it for a bit, you get it down without even having to be explained anything, and it just makes sense and it's fun. And I beat it again today.
You beat it
I'm just
again?
so good.
Is it better beating it the second time, or has it lost its like flair as a game?
It lost its luster a little bit. Yeah, there's less flair now.
So not a lot of replayability for it.
There is a lot of replayability, but it depends on what you're looking for. So like the first time I beat it, I had less cards unlocked. And so there's less of a pool to get like to randomly get cards from. Yeah. And so there's less diversity in those cards that you're getting. And then once you unlock some more cards, do more runs, fail a few more times, but you're unlocking cards the whole time, that pool that you get random cards from is larger and more diverse. And so it's better and also simultaneously like harder to get the cards that like you're looking for, or like the specific combination of Joker cards you're looking for. And so those are like the runes or something, like the things that you get that kind of affect the whole game throughout your run. It's kind of hard to explain, but all that's just to say Balatro really really good, really one of those simple like how has nobody done this before kind of games, you know? Because just knowing offhand what the poker hands are, that's all you need. That's like the main objective, the driving point of the game is trying to find those hands. Yeah, the ones you know from just knowing what poker is. So,
it's on Steam.
Yeah. On Steam, I don't know if it's on anything else, but it's like $15. Highly recommend it. Balatro,
worth $15.
Yeah. I've also been playing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is a Metroidvania. It's on Game Pass, and I've just been playing it off stream on my off time, and it's just really good. It's really good. Feels good to play. Feels good to run around in, and the progression is like at a good clip. What I really like about Bloodstained is that every enemy you kill, you have a small percentage chance of gaining an ability, like a custom ability from that enemy type. Yeah. And so there's a ton of different, they're called shards, a ton of different shards, ton of different kinds of abilities, which means there's a ton of different types of enemies, really big variety of enemies. And it feels really good. It feels really nice to play. There's always new surprises around every corner. So really been enjoying Bloodstained.
And you got your wife addicted to that one too, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I'm taking her on the same journey I'm going on, because I played Metroid Dread like end of last year, played through it. Was never really into Metroidvania games, at least not the 2D side-scrolling style. Yeah. But I beat Metroid Dread, and I was blown away by that game. So I bought it for my wife. She beat it. And as she was beating that, I started Bloodstained, and I was like, you gotta play this now too. So she started on that too, and she's been really enjoying it as well. So Metroidvanias, man, the good ones are good. The bad ones, I haven't played enough to know, but I do know that they're not as good as these ones yet. But Hollow Knight is something that's like on the top of my brain to go to, because that's like a big, like everyone loves Hollow Knight who loves Metroidvanias. So maybe I'll consider trying that one again.
Yeah, I don't know about them. They seem just like, I just like get so aggravated with it, because if I don't play it all the time, then I forget the controls or the moves you get or the special moves. Like when I played Ori, it was such a beautiful game. And that game was so good, but I feel like it's one that you have to beat all in one sitting, or you have no clue what's going on all the time. If you take a day break or a couple day break in between, it's so confusing to get back into those kind of games, like Metroidvania or platforming, like stylish. Like it's so hard to remember everything if you've played other games in between playing that game. Sure. And so I don't know. They seem a little bit too hard for me. Maybe I'm not a gamer.
I never had that issue with these Metroidvanias, but I have
Okay.
with other Metroidvanias. So maybe that's one of the differences that kind of keeps me coming back. That I
Okay.
I can just jump right in, and I'm like, oh yeah, I just keep going right, just keep going right from left to right. That's where I'm going, and it's hard to forget, you know. But
Yeah.
I definitely get that feeling. So it's not for everybody, but
Maybe I'll try it.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, really good game. I've also been playing Helldivers 2, just kind of trudging along, trying to spread democracy, take back the galaxy or whatever, kill the bugs and the robots. Been playing with a few buddies, and it's just fun, man. It's good fun. I know it's like I'm like a broken record. You're always hearing about how great Helldivers 2 is. But what I find fascinating is that it's really good, and the, like, I don't know if it's a community manager or the game master or whatever, but there's somebody on social media just flaming the player base about little things that they're complaining about. He's I don't have any specific examples, but I just think it's based to be like, yeah, you guys, like, I don't care. We're making this change. I don't know. Like, I respect it, and it's like communication to the player base in a way that you don't often see from developers like that. So I like that.
I actually was talking to Zombie when we were doing the interview, and he's like, "You need to get this game, and we all need to play." I'm like, "Okay, I'll get it."
Have you gotten it?
I haven't got it yet, but I've thought about getting it this weekend, so I might get it. I might get it tonight. I don't know.
Well, if you get it, then let's go spread some democracy on the battlefield, brother.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna join the other team.
The bugs.
The bugs.
You're gonna be a bug.
Yeah.
I could see you being a pretty cool charger, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I would do that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think you'd make a great charger. Just make sure to protect your big bulbous booty.
I don't think you can.
My bullets.
I don't think you can choose to be on the other side, can you?
If you try hard enough, I'm sure you could.
I just start shooting my teammates.
There is friendly fire, so like yeah, you could literally like go over to the bugs and then just snipe your friends from over there.
I just keep like joining the games and just like shooting all the teammates and just like, I'm on the other side.
You know, I say, don't hit me up. I'll spread democracy on my own. I think I might be better off. I've also been playing a little bit of FPS chess. Ever heard of it?
Nope.
Oh, well, that's a lie, because I've been playing against you.
Oh.
So that's one of the videos we're working on, you guys, that will be releasing on our Patreon tonight, and publicly on YouTube in a week, is 1v1 between me and the Dirty Tooth, episode 1, game 1 of a best of 3 of FPS chess. It's a free game on Steam where you play chess, and when you try to take another player's piece, you're put in a 1v1, a class-based 1v1. So your pawn against their pawn, and you have specific abilities based on your class or chess piece that you're moving. It's pretty cool, pretty neat idea, and it's free.
It is pretty cool, and it's like you can challenge just like real chess. Like any piece can take another piece. And so like you could have your pawn versus a queen, or you could have a pawn versus a rook, or anything like that. And so that's really cool. Like, and the game is like a little janky, but it's free and it's still fun. And so I think it's like worth a download if you like chess, and you don't have to be good at chess either. Like, because you just need to strategically move your pieces around in order to like line up the ones that you want to take.
Right. I'm not. What I like is that you can come over and try to take my king, but then I have a chance to defend that move. Like I can defend my king if I'm good enough in the FPS part of it. And so then I kill your pawn who tries to kill my king, and my king's safe. And so it adds a whole other layer to chess, and I think it's really clever. And so episode 1 is going up tonight on the Patreon, and will be live publicly in a week. So look out for that. It was fun to record, and we'll be recording episode 2 probably pretty soon, probably this week sometime.
Yeah, It's gonna be
Maybe
fun.
tonight.
Maybe tonight.
Maybe.
It's been really fun. I really enjoyed it, so I think we should keep going with it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then I've been editing stuff. Another thing that we'll be releasing on Patreon tonight and publicly on YouTube in a week is our Mustache Ride food tier list. I like to say it's like the 2024 food tier list because we did a food tier list last year on the show, or was it just candy that we did?
I think we just did candy.
Well, either way, food tier list 2024, and maybe we'll update it next year with different foods, more of our favorite stuff. I don't know, but I'm saying that now. I don't know what the title will be yet, but it's releasing tonight and publicly on YouTube in a week. So be on the lookout for that food tier list.
There was some sacrifices made in that tier list, so it should be a good one.
Only me. I'm the only one sacrificing. All my favorite stuff is where it should be based on the video, and then you should watch it when it comes out or on Patreon. Go hit up the Patreon, and then I've also been editing some secret stuff that we can't talk about yet. Working on a little thing. Secret stuff that Tooth knows about.
Ooh.
But the people can't know yet.
I forgot about it already.
Well, it's something that we don't want to tell anybody yet. One of the few things that we're doing.
Oh, that thing. Oh, yeah. You guys are going to want to know about that.
Yep. Okay. And that's it. That's all I've been doing. That was so long.
That's okay. We talked a lot about the games. That's what we're here for anyway.
True.
So question that I've been wanting to ask somebody, and I don't. This feels like a good place. You go into the bathroom, right? And there's, for us, there's the urinals, and there are typically two. Sometimes there's more. I don't unbuckle my belt and fully unzip my pants. But I've noticed that lots of people do that, and that seems very weird to me, and I've never brought it up to anybody, but it just seems like a weird thing to fully unbuckle and release everything. That seems like a crazy thing when your pants unzip.
I mean, you have to unzip your pants.
You have to unzip your pants.
That's like bare minimum. You have to at least do that.
That seems like enough, in my opinion.
Maybe for some people. I think there's a lot of reasons why I typically just unzip and weave through all the holes.
Yeah. That seems like the
slither
right
the
thing.
snake through the
gates
hole in the foundation of that. Yeah. Anyway,
it's like an Indiana Jones thing. Yeah. It's
but like the difference is like you can fully unzip and everything, and then spread the Red Sea of your pants and really get everything out of the way.
Yes.
And that way there's no drippage. You're maybe less likely to get a drip on your pants or something. Maybe. I don't know.
The unbelting seems so unnecessary.
Well, you got to unbelt to unbutton.
Yeah, but all of that seems so unnecessary. What's the point? What's the point of the urinal? It's like, what's fast about it? Like, what's better?
It doesn't have to be fast.
I feel like the urinal's about efficiency, and everybody that uses it like that is inefficient. I don't know. It just seems really weird to me. That's one of the.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems fine. I've been known to do both. I mean, I've done both. I've unbuckled, and I don't know. Maybe I don't know why. I've never thought about why, but I think it's just there's just certain times when it's easier. Maybe I'm gonna say it. Maybe it's a size thing. You know what I mean? Maybe some people can't slither the snake through all the holes.
That seems crazy to me.
Where else do you expect this conversation to go, Tooth?
The unzipped pants.
Where else do you expect it to go? You brought this up. Why? You know what I mean? Because you didn't want to talk about different men having different sized penises, not being able to fit through all the holes.
I just feel like there's adequate space for everyone to go through there. And if you can't, that's crazy. to me.
If you can't, then you probably have to unbuckle. Among lots of other ways, you have to modify your life. I assume. I don't know. I don't know, but I assume.
That's crazy. Well, speaking of those, what would your hot dog voice sound like? Like you're at a ball game and you're selling hot dogs.
Oh, I thought you were like, if I was a hot dog, that changes everything. Okay.
Well, give me that one too.
If I was a hot dog, I'd sound like this, I believe.
Okay, so if you're voicing a hot dog.
Isn't that kind of fun?
Yeah, that's
kind of Kermity.
It is kind of Kermity, yeah.
Yeah. But if I was a guy,
yeah.
My dogs are going to yell. I don't know. Look, as a hot dog person, selling hot dogs, you're a salesman. You're trying to sell.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably take a knee next to each person at the end of each row.
Yeah.
And I'd say, I don't want to disturb you, but just let everyone know in your row, I've got hot dogs. If you like them, just let me know. And then I turn to the next person across the row. I say the same thing. And then it's like, it's a bit of a workout. You're doing a lot of squats, but you got to take a knee. You got to meet them at eye level.
Yeah.
Guaranteed sales.
Okay. Yeah. Meeting the people on their level. I like that. Mm-hmm. So you're taking a more subtle approach.
Calm and peaceful. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's opposite of me. Like I thought about it and I was like, maybe I would do like the cliche, like hot dogs, get your hot dogs here. But I don't think I would. I think I would just walk up to people and hand them the hot dog and demand the money. Like just hand it to them. And when they take it, be like, that'll be $3.50.
That's it. Bro, you're selling hot dogs for cheap. You don't have to have any strategy. You're selling.
I'm beating the other row. I'm making.
Bro, it's like $9 minimum at a ball game. Are you kidding me?
Not for me. Think about how many hot dogs I'm selling.
Oh, Quantity. You're selling a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm selling everybody's row, and I'm not giving people a choice either. And they're not going to have $3.50. I get a $5.
True, and they say keep the change. Yeah.
So I'm making money.
You're thinking.
I'm selling all my hot dogs. Nobody in other sections are buying hot dogs because they're waiting for me to get to that row. I sold the whole stadium, and then I'm taking the money because I don't work for the stadium. Obviously, I'm not a hot dog guy. Look at me.
No, you smuggled your dogs in.
Think about how much money I just made. A lot.
Yeah, but you missed out on the game.
I hate baseball.
You're facing away from the game the whole time.
Hate baseball.
I just like taking advantage of those idiots in the stands. Those hot dog fiends.
Yeah, that's something that I was thinking about. The other thing, and these are all really random, just so you know. Okay. But I've just been thinking about these. I was driving to work the other day and I was driving across a bridge, and this is pretty morbid, but like the scenarios where you see people going off the bridge and their car's submerged and you're underwater. I was thinking to myself about how much easier it would be for me to survive an apocalyptic situation than for me to get out of my submerged car, because I don't know how to do that. And there's no way to practice it. But I'm like, I could ball bat a zombie. Like I know how to do that. I can figure that out. But I don't think I could get out of my car if I was submerged underwater and my window wasn't open.
Are you a good swimmer?
I'm fine. I can swim.
Because they say it's hard. You can't just easily open the door until the inside of your car is fully submerged as well. Yeah. Then you can actually open the door.
I'm definitely not good at holding my breath. So
in a panic situation like that, heart's beating, bro. Yeah, that'd be tough. I know there's tools. Like a lot of people have like a tool on their keychain or in their glove compartment of like a little hammer with a point that's specifically for shattering your window to get out in an emergency. Yeah. So, maybe you could have something like that.
True.
Just in case. But I don't know, because surviving a zombie apocalypse, something that we still need to sit and make a plan for just in case.
Yes.
But surviving a zombie apocalypse, I feel like there's a lot of variables that perhaps you're not considering. Whereas you break that window, you unbuckle your seatbelt and you're safe. You're out. You survived. But a zombie apocalypse is potentially the rest of your life. Yeah. Constantly head on a swivel, aware of threats.
Yeah, but
And not just zombies, other people too, dude. Think about that.
I just think I have a way better survival rate in those two situations. Like, I was just thinking about that and how absurd it is for me to think about like those two situations and how they compare. Like, I don't know why I was thinking about that, but it was like 7:30 in the morning, and that's what came to my brain as I was driving across a bridge.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking about it. I need to watch a couple of YouTube videos to how to get out of a submerged car if I'm ever in that situation.
You see that Mr. Beast video with
No.
the biggest fears or something like that, where he sat this guy in the car and dropped it in the water in a lake, and he had like $700,000 or $800,000 in duffel bags in the car, and he's like, however many of these bags you pull out of the car, you get to keep, or at least they stay in the running for the challenge.
Yeah.
And so he ended up going up and down, up and down. He escaped. He pulled the headrest off of his seat and used the point of the bottom of the headrest, pulled it out, and there's those two prongs, and he used that to bust open the window, which I thought was pretty clever. In a pinch, clever. That's pretty smart.
Yeah. I die in a Mr. Beast video like that.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, probably.
They have to save me. I mean, I've never even thought about that before.
Imagine
just that moment.
If you died in a Mr. Beast video, though, you could sue him and get hella money and be rich.
Nope. I'd be dead.
Nah, you could sue him.
I could figure that out.
Yeah, you'd get the logistics of that.
Imagine how famous I would be if I was the first person. It's crazy.
It'd be kind of sick.
Fame is a scary thing.
Yeah, and what would you do for it? You know,
what would I do for
Mr.
fame?
Beast video. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that.
How do you think you will die?
How do I?
If you had to guess right now, yeah. Like 5 years early, 5 years before it happens, you have to guess. You know, right now, how are you gonna die in 5 years? Like when I kill you.
Searching for food during the zombie apocalypse.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm calling it right now.
So you just said that. Also, I don't think you're gonna die in 5 years. That was just a bad joke. But so you're saying right now that you would have a better chance of surviving a zombie apocalypse, but that's the number one way that you're going to die still?
Yeah. Well, you don't solve the zombie apocalypse after it happens. That's just some I Am Legend crap. That's like Will Smith isn't in every zombie apocalypse.
Dude, the I Am Legend zombies are terrifying though.
Those are terrifying.
They are aggressive.
I don't count those ones.
You don't?
No, that doesn't seem very zombie to me. I don't. In my head,
that's my like go-to zombie for imagining a zombie apocalypse, because I'm not gonna think of the lame ass Walking Dead zombies that are just like stumbling around.
That's the ones I want.
Waiting for.
That's the ones I want.
They're just waiting for a knife in the temple, and they're dumb. They're not.
I don't want crying in my bathtub with my German Shepherd zombies. I don't want those. You
don't get to choose, Buster. That's, if you're keeping account, that's number 2. I've called Tooth a Buster twice today in this episode.
You know what Buster reminds me of is the show Arthur, and I watched this cool soundtrack, which is Arthur theme song, but Midwest emo.
Midwest, yeah.
That goes hard. Why are you calling me Buster?
I forget already.
Oh, okay. There was a bit that you forgot.
No, I called you Buster because it's like a nice way to cap off a thing to say. Buster.
Okay, Buster.
But no, you think you'll die looking for food in a zombie apocalypse?
What about you?
I think I'll die like, if we're being serious, like clogged arteries and stuff.
Heart disease.
I eat so much margarine.
Number 1 killer in America, heart disease. Crazy.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like if you're lucky enough to be killed, like die, that's fairly naturally. I guess it's unnatural with like what's in your body causing it.
Yeah.
Probably not natural, but like at least it's not like,
it's the spray butter. Know.
I like spray butter, bro. It's convenient.
That's so crazy.
You've never tried it?
I have. Yeah, my dad, when I was a kid, my dad only bought spray butter.
Yeah. So you know. You know the genius of it.
It's terrible. I don't like that at all. Not
It's
good.
really convenient. You don't have to dirty any dishes. You just hold up the slab of bread, and then you
Nope.
spray way more, like way too much probably. That's what I do.
No. I like real butter with like olive oil and like salt in it. Like it's nice butter. It's expensive butter. I go big for butter.
Olive oil and salt?
Yeah. It's very tasty.
And I'm the one that's clogging my arteries with my spray butter.
That's
You're
margarine.
adding stuff to
That's
it.
margarine. That's actual like bad for you. Margarine's bad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is margarine bad? Margarine's worse than regular butter?
Yeah.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact. He's looking it up. He doesn't believe me. Look at him.
Oh.
Look at his Google
Margarine
face.
is a blend of oils that are mostly unsaturated fat. Butter is made from cream or milk. The type of fat found in animal products such as cream is mostly saturated fat. Replacing saturated fat with unsaturated fat may lower the risk of cardiovascular disease. So,
better.
replacing saturated fat with unsaturated fat may lower the risk of cardiovascular disease. Margarine is a blend of oils that are mostly unsaturated fat.
Unsaturated fat, bad.
But if you're replacing saturated fat with unsaturated fat and lowering the risk of cardiovascular disease, that sounds pretty good to me.
No, if you replace... Say that first part again.
I already closed out the tab.
Oh, it's better for you.
Dang.
Butter's better for you. And it tastes
You can
better.
believe that if you want.
And
That's
Domino's
not what I just
sucks.
read. And Google has never lied to me in my entire life.
Either
Always
way,
right.
They're both kind of bad, but like Domino's. They're both bad, just like Domino's pizza.
Yeah, maybe you guys don't go watch our food tier list video. It sucks. It's bad content, honestly. It's terrible. We don't agree on anything, and we're arguing the whole time. And Tooth is wrong 100% of the video. So don't watch it. Just don't bother. Don't even bother.
I feel like if you do end up watching that video, I feel like I'm gonna get roasted.
No.
Yeah, even though my food made it high, I feel like my takes are pretty hot. I think Jiggles has been correct the whole time ever that I have pretty hot food takes.
You do. And I just look at him, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say no to that. Look at him. I can't say no to that guy. So I break and I let you put my things lower and put your things higher. But I did fight for a few things.
Yes.
But then anything of mine that made it high on the list, I said, yeah, I guess you can take off the one thing that made it that thing and make it its own thing, and we can keep it high on the list.
Yes.
Like animal fries. Never mind. Never mind.
We're
I
not-
can't believe I edited that whole thing.
We're
Okay.
not putting any mystery sauce on the food. What? It's gross.
Mystery sauce. Look, just because nobody knows what's in it doesn't mean it's mystery sauce.
That is the exact definition of what mystery is. Nobody knows.
I don't think that's important. But what is important, I think, because of the way you are, I'm just curious if you've ever been bullied.
If I've ever been bullied.
Yeah. Just because
Just because I
the
look
way you are.
I look like I've been bullied before. Yeah. Like not like shoved in a locker, but like when I was a kid, like I was small, like I like smaller, and like, well, every kid is smaller, but I stayed pretty small until I had one growth spurt, and then I got the height that I am. And so until that happened, I was pretty like, I've never been very like impressionable. Like I've never been like somebody that you could peer pressure to do something, which is a bad thing as a kid for people that want to peer pressure you into doing things, because I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not going to eat your animal fries. It's like, okay, come here. I'm going to shove these animal fries in your face. And so like, there has been like some people in my life that like, I don't talk to anymore. And I didn't after I was big enough to like probably beat them in a fight. And so after that moment, I never really got bullied because I'm pretty easygoing, but there's been people like when I was a kid, like, you know, there's such shitty kids, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You bullied people. I know you did.
No,
You're a bully.
Actually, I mean, as far as I know, I feel like probably the number one thing about a bully is that they're more or less unaware of being a bully. But I was pretty easygoing, nice, and didn't really have any issues with anybody.
Yeah.
I only remember one time when I was bullied, like physically. Beyond that, I guess there was another time, but there's one time I was just out in elementary school on the playground. I think I was waiting in line for like 2 square or something. There's like a
Okay.
queue, you know? And one of the, like, I was like 4th or 5th grade, and this, I guess, 6th grader, he's larger, pretty large guy. I don't know how, but he got me to like tie my shoe or something, or like reach down, and he like grabbed the back of my head and like held me down, like bent over kind of thing, and wouldn't let me up. And that was the first time I ever really like felt bullied by someone other than my sister or in my family.
Yeah.
First time I really felt like, wait, why are you doing, like, you don't even know me. Why are you, don't touch me or do this. Why?
Yeah, you're such a jerk.
Yeah. So I feel like I got pretty lucky with that. And then past that, always very suspicious, always very like not into drama, not into the, he said, she said crap, and not really one to start issues or arguments or anything. So I'm fairly pacifist, like mindset myself. So if anything happens, I typically walk away. Nothing's worth making things worse.
Have you ever been in
sort of situation?
Have you ever been in a fight then? Physical altercation? Okay.
I'd say no. I mean, not seriously. There was one time me and 2 buddies were at a Starbucks. I guess one of my buddies found like
got 2 vanilla pumps instead of 1. Dang.
No, he found money on the ground.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. I didn't say anything to me.
Easy.
But maybe my other buddy realized, and some big guy, probably, we're middle school there. He's probably a high schooler, but he's big. Like I'm already kind of tall, and he was like, he towered over me. And we were walking out, and they came up and they're like, you took my money. And my 2 friends dipped. They ran.
Oh,
and I was like, in the middle, I was like, what? We didn't take. And so I turned to them and I was like, no, we didn't take any money. Like I can go ask them, but I'm pretty sure none of us took any of your money. And he's like making a big deal out of $7. And so I was like, I'll go ask him. And I dipped out and asked him. And apparently, yeah, they did take some money. They did take it. And for like 2 years after that, me and my one friend would see this guy around town every now and then, like every few months. And he would always approach us and be like, where's my $7? Where's my $7? Really? And one time I came out of a movie theater. I was with a fairly big group of my friends. And this guy sees me, because back then I had big hair. I'm tall, big hair, and I'm very noticeable, very recognizable. And so he sees me and he comes up to me trying to fight, like pushing me back.
For $7?
Yeah. And I think it's just that, like, I'm just that target. I have that target on my back now.
Yeah,
so I think it's less about face. I guess so. Maybe that's what he thought, but he wouldn't throw the first punch. He just kept kind of shoving me back, and I shoved him back, but I didn't punch him. Like I didn't throw hands, but I shoved him off of me. And then one of my friends got up in his face. No, one of my friends that we were there with, her name is Sarah, and she's like almost as tall as me. She was probably like almost 6 foot. Bigger girl, and she got in his face and pushed him back and almost fought him. And then almost simultaneously, an off-duty police officer in the line to the movie theater came over to us and like stopped everything. And then like 30 seconds later, our ride showed up, and so we just walked away and left.
Nice.
And so it was all this big jumble chaos. So like, yeah, I guess I got bullied that time, but I didn't really get bullied. My friend was there to help me, which is nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
And I have no shame about that.
Yeah.
No shame. A girl defended me. Don't even care. She's a badass.
So I've never been in like a full fight either. But like there has been like 2 situations that come to mind where like I was at a party in college. And so in college, I was in a fraternity. And so there were parties all the time. And I remember like standing there at a party, and this kid was there. And this kid was, I don't even know who he was, but he was the worst. Like he was just like belligerent. And he was just like walking around. And I remember just like I was standing in like an area, and he looked at me, and I winked at him. Wrong move.
Oh, triggered him, huh?
He was so triggered. And then he like approached me, and I like winked again. Even worse move. And he came up to me, and he was like approaching me, and it was gonna be bad. Like this, I probably would not have won the fight. I'm just guessing. But it was like this crazy, like almost the same thing, like this same slow-mo, 30 seconds, all of a sudden everything happening. He's approaching me, yelling at me, and everybody around sort of sees this. Two of my friends grab him, like throw him back, and then we're like, everybody's sort of leaving the house because that's how the fights work, I guess. Like, I don't know, like, but that
means the party's gone on long enough.
The party's gone on long enough, and they're just like shoving him. I see another person just like straight up kick this guy down the front steps of the house, and I'm like, I guess don't wink at that guy. But I was like, I'm glad that happened to him, and I wasn't on the other end of that, because I don't think I would have made it. And
the good thing is the trigger for him was silent. Nobody knows. Nobody else saw. And so he's going crazy over nothing that's provable, nothing anybody knows about. So you're the complete victim here. Yeah, that's perfect.
It just seems so absurd to be so mad at it, though. Like, that was so crazy. But I have hit somebody. But we didn't fight. It was just sort of like a one-time thing where we were at a party, and I saw like a fight had broke out, and I saw this guy like hitting one of my friends. And so I sort of like walked by and was like, hey, looked at me. And I did say, hey, so it wasn't like that cheap.
Not quite a sucker punch.
Not quite a sucker punch. Hit him. My friend got up, and then we were just sort of out of there, and it sort of worked out. I wasn't really interested in fighting. I was just kind of
my heart's racing just imagining this in my head, dude. This is like you know how like you watch YouTube shorts or TikToks and you see like stupid fights, or you open up Twitter and first thing you see is someone getting knocked out and smashing their head on the ground.
Yep.
You see that stuff, and watching it or like thinking about it a little bit more beyond that, or like inserting yourself in that situation. That stuff, like, it gets my heart pumping a little bit, because I don't know. It freaks me out to think about
I don't think
getting in a fight or having the guilt associated with hurting someone else.
Yeah.
That would bum me out quite a bit.
I don't think I could do that now. I don't think I could fight now.
Yeah.
But
it's just not, I don't know. It just seems like pretty childish to me.
Yeah. Tooth versus SNC cage match.
Unless it's in FPS chess, where I'll beat the shit out of you.
I'm thinking that could be kind of cool if we did have boxing gloves, like the blow up ones, you know, like the old
Rock'em
Sock'em Kids blow up.
What are they called? I forget what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And then we get into a ring and we're fighting with those things.
We would need to rent a jump house.
Whoa. Tooth SMC jump house, mustache ride, octagon fight of the year.
And put on sumo suits. So those are fun too. And then we also have to have those Darth Maul marshmallow weapons, the staff on both ends.
Yeah. Okay. So
then we can really go at it.
Okay. So it's more of like a event, like a big event where we're just trying to beat each other up the whole time.
Yeah, and we could take breaks,
but in a fun way.
I can take breaks. The only break you'll be taking is when you're on the ground crying and peeing your pants because I beat you so bad, bro. I just know it.
Dude, coming after me would be your second mistake.
Oh God, this guy's hit somebody before. That's
Yep.
You might give me a run for my money. I don't know, man.
Coming after me would be your second mistake. I know that.
Well, I'd say that's about an episode right there. Do you have any final words for the kids at home, Tooth?
The kids at home?
Eat your vegetables. This isn't made for kids, but...
Okay. Don't. Okay.
That's good, though.
Well, still eat your vegetables.
Don't go to school. It sucks.
Yeah, don't go to... It does suck. Yeah, don't go to school. So totally pointless. Like, yeah, don't go to school and eat your vegetables.
Cheat on your test.
Yeah, use your resources is what I call it.
Yes. That makes sense.
because you get to do that.
How
in
did
real
you
life.
cheat in high school?
How did I
Did you
cheat?
cheat? Yeah.
Yeah, I copied homework almost all the time,
Yeah.
almost through every class. Yeah, it just seems so silly not to do that. Like if
I
you
would
had
put all my notes in a Google Doc, and then I would pull the Google Doc up on my phone because we were like, this is in econ, and I'd pull up my phone for the calculator, but then I just swipe over to my Google Doc, open up, look at all my notes, answer the questions, get everything right, switch back over to my calculator. 80085. Yes.
I don't think I had a phone capable of Google Doc.
Oh.
I had a
Well,
I had the Motorola Razor.
Yeah, we were in different times, slightly different times.
Slightly different times. Yeah, we didn't really.
Everyone around me had MacBook Pros, and I had an iBook G4. You ever seen one of those?
No.
Oh, it was like 10 years old at least at the time.
We had computer labs and no laptops, no iPads, nothing like that. That's crazy. That
was like my senior year is when people started bringing computers to school.
Okay.
But like, I'd say my freshman, sophomore, maybe like junior year, maybe it started. But like we had computer class and stuff, and very few people brought any in.
Interesting.
But then it was like ubiquitous. Everyone started having computers because everything's on computer, and you print out the page. And I struggled then. I had to buy that iBook G4 for $100 from a college kid, and it was so crappy.
Dang,
so
I didn't have that. That's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Like, there's like we're definitely. I come from a very rural area though, so like it was totally different. I think like school wise probably, but yeah, that's crazy to think about because now everybody's like on a. Whoa, that's a topic for another episode. That's deep.
That is.
That's
we could
crazy.
bring that back up. That'd be fun. But yeah, I just think there's like 4 or 5 years in between us, and then just think like 4 or 5 years before me even, and it's probably totally different again.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
We're
crazy.
so old, bro. We gotta stop talking. We're too old.
Yep.
We're dating
young.
ourselves.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm young, and you guys are young too. And this episode is old now, and it's over.
And it's over. It's done.
Yep.
Hit us up. mustacheridepod@gmail.com. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Patreon. Links down there in the description down below. That's it.
Yep. That's all of it.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you guys later.
If I was a hot dog, I'd sound like this, I believe.